Hey YouTube, how's it going? Buster here. Yeah, well, as you can see I've got another bass. Story behind this is, it was up in Facebook Marketplace and up in Gumtree. And I looked at it, but it's not my style of bass. So I kind of passed it by, and then I got a phone call from one of my friends who knows the person selling this. And basically said that the person who's selling it was needing the cash and needing some cash pretty quick, and would have interested in buying it for a good price. So I made an offer, got accepted, and I got this. Well under the price it's worth. So what we've got here is a B.C Rich GN series, or NJ series, sorry, which New Jersey series. I think that's what that means. Made in Korea, and it's a 2011. So this is a beast, and it is a beast. Very pointy, as I said, my type of bass. Red painted neck, headstock, rosewood fretboard, diamond inlays. It's got an active system. So you've got two P-bass pickups, you've got a main volume, a balance, so it goes from neck to bridge, and then you've got a bass, I think it's bass and treble, this. So yeah, you've definitely got the kind of metal aspect of it. Very pointy headstock. Could definitely take someone's eyes, both eyes out at the same time in this. Yeah, so it'd obviously been in a cupboard or stored somewhere. It was very dirty. It's tarnished the bridge and the machine heads. But surprisingly, the only damage that this has got on it, it's got a few wee dinks, but the only main damage it's got is this horn here. This horn here's got a chip out of it, which is very unusual for these. Usually they've got really big chunks missing out of them. So I've painted it red and then filled it with super glue so it wasn't bare wood. Active pickups, as I said, and they are active pickups. They're not. It's not an active circuit. They're active pickups. I'll do a video next week on another guitar that's got active pickups that I've did some work to, but that's next week's video. Very similar. I've basically changed it so it's very similar, and so it's got a volume, balance, and bass and treble. So with these, you can get different variants of these. You've obviously got the US made ones, and then you've also got the kind of cheaper range. This is the kind of top tier of the cheaper range. So the next step up of this is a US made model, which is normally neck through. This is bolt on, but it's constructed really very similar. So rather than it being neck through all the way through, there's a piece of wood running here, which is very, when you get other models you'll see that the wood's kind of halved and it's going through different. This has actually got a piece of wood with the neck's bolt on, and then you've got the wings either side. It's got a maple veneer, and it's very marbled, and it's got the same veneer on the headstock as well. So it looks like one piece of wood for the front, but it's not until you turn it to the back you can see it's made up of different pieces of wood. So I'll let you see that. I'm not going to play too much on this because this is not my style of bass. So I'll play it clean first. I'm going through my BH250, through my 1x15, through my 4x10. So clean first. So that's balanced right in the middle. These are notched, these knobs are notched, so everything's notched. So get a midpoint. Bring it up bass on. relatively new strings on it. I'm not going to play too much on it because I don't even know what to play on this. It looks weird when you're playing the like kind of Ramones on this. So it looks kind of weird. With BH250 I've obviously got the TonePrint. So I've on the app, I've showed you how the TonePrint works before. You basically pick what effects you want, then you put it up to the pickup and it changes it onto the BH250. So there is one called the Beast, and this is the Beast. In fact, I don't think that is a Beast. So I'll get my other phone and I'll show you again how this works, because how the BH250 works. You get a BG 250 as well, which does the same thing. So I'll turn this down just now, just so if you go into the app, this is my works phone, you go into the app and you scroll up until you see the bass app. You can see that TonePrint bass amps. So you click on that, and it brings you up all the different effects. Then you hit bass. That's all the bass drive ones. And there's one called the Beast. There you go. So what you need to do is make sure the volume's all the way up. Your TonePrint is at least at half. And then you keep clicking next, tells you to turn everything up. Then you says got it. Then it says beam. So if you beam this, you hear it coming through. Then your TonePrint, the light on the TonePrint flashes and then goes solid red, and that should changed the effects. It's quite a cool app. I bought, don't know if I do one of the BH250 before. Why I bought that is because it's got one for Duff McKagan, it's chorus, so that's why I bought it. So that's it through the Beast now. So this is the Beast drive. Just the neck pick. Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah. I'll turn that. I'll actually put that back to the chorus. Because I'll forget that song when I go to turn on the amp. It will end up being. So as I said, you go into the app. You find the bass and it gives you all the effects you can do. There's one amp that the BH250 do is you actually get two different effects pedals. So you can run two at one time. So there you go. You see that? It says Duff McKagan. So normally that's what I have it on all the time. So then I'll just beam it straight to the amp. As you can see. The light's flashing. That's it, changed to chorus now. Yeah, because if I don't change it back, I'll end up forgetting. Yeah, so it's a nice bass. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Definitely neck heavy. So if you're going to get one, get a strap that's got the kind of velvet inside, or because that stops the neck from dropping. Yeah, so just disconnect this and show you an up close of this. So it's got a maple veneer on the top, quilted maple veneer. Two active P-bass pickups. It's got this step-off bridge, which has got the quick release string. You get the volume, you get your balance, bass and treble, diamond inlays. So obviously, I don't think it's rosewood. I think it's obviously a synthetic rosewood or whatever. I don't even know the ones they've got. I just call them rosewood. Nice jumbo frets on it, belly being played, and diamond inlays. And you get your pointy, stab your two eyes out at one time headstock. Beast on the truss rod cover. B.C Rich marked tuners as well. So yeah, if you were to compare them to another like Squire's range. So Squire, their first range is the Affinity. B.C Rich have got their Affinity range, which is cheap. Single pickups, basses and guitars and stuff. And then your next step up would be just your standard range. B.C Rich have got that as well. And then before you get up to Made in Mexico or Made in America Fenders or Squires, you've got the vintage modified range or the classic vibe. This is basically B.C Rich's version of the classic vibe or vintage modified. Next step up to this is the US made straight through body beast. That's it. You can hear my neighbour upstairs being a bit of a knob. So yeah, painted red. Though I did two versions of this, a black, I'm sure it's a black and this red colour. I think the red's nicer looking. Yeah, so that's, I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. So if you know anybody that wants a beast for cheap, tell me, give me a shout. It says the only nick that's got on it, which is surprisingly, is this one here, on this horn. I've painted it red. You could fill it, I'd sometimes fill it with baking soda, super glue, sand it down and then spray it red, but I'm not going to bother doing it this way. I've just filled it, painted it red and filled it with super glue just to stop the, you could build up the super glue. Sometimes I do that, you just build super glue up to get it to the height you match the finish, and that's it. So yeah, that's the B.C Rich Beast NJ series. NJ star, I think, is for New Jersey. Because originally there's a story behind B.C Rich that they were getting these B.C Riches made in Korea and Indonesia and stuff. And then just put on a PO box at the back of the neck plate saying New Jersey. So I think this is where that NJ comes from. So yeah, as I say, I don't know much about B.C Riches. I'm not a B.C Rich fan. The only kind of B.C Rich I ever knew of or heard of was the Mockingbird. And that was because Slash played one and You Could Be Mine. And that's it. That's the only, I've never been a big fan of B.C Rich. So yeah, that's it. B.C Rich the Beast. You do get guitar versions and stuff like that as well. You get the Son of a Beast, which I give a wee shout out to the wee guitar company in south side of Glasgow. He's got the guitar version of the Son of a Beast. He's got that one, black and red. So that's kind of nice. He's got some nice guitars if you want to go down there if you're looking for some good guitars. So yeah, that's it. Bit of rambling, but B.C Rich. So you'll probably find this up for sale shortly. It comes with a really big, I think it's called a freestyle case. Thing's massive and heavy. I barely fit it in the back of my van. I've got a small van right enough, but it barely fit in the back of my van. I had to do a bit of manoeuvring, otherwise I wasn't getting old. So yeah, that's it. B.C Rich the Beast. Yeah. So, hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe. There's an update on one of my guitars in next week's video, unless something else comes up. I was actually out looking for another Fender Made in Mexico P-Bass, but she's trying to find a P-Bass. And what I've been noticing as well, I'll bring this up before I go, which I think is rather disappointing, is I was working at Ashton-under-Lyne on Wednesday. I mean, I finished work, I went to a guitar shop down in Ashton-under-Lyne, which is used to say Manchester, and the guitar shop had 3 bass guitars. Then I drove up towards home in Glasgow and I stopped in at Penrith. I went into a guitar shop in Carlisle, 3 bass guitars. Then I went to Merchant City Music in Glasgow. They had quite a few guitars, but very little choice. And then Guitar the same. Their cheapest guitar started at 350 quid. Just ridiculous. Trying to get basses is ridiculous. And it's always been the same with bass guitars and guitar shops. It's always, the bass guitars are always an afterthought, which I don't think's right. So yeah, my wee bit of moan about guitar shops. So yeah, hopefully after pandemic's sorted we'll get some more choices out there, but it's hard to get a P-Bass. Hard to get a P-Bass for under 650 quid, and all the stack are have in their shop the same range of P-Basses made in Mexico. They're all maple necks or maple fretboards, and I was looking for one with a rosewood fretboard, maple neck, and a different colour than white, and they don't have them. It's very, very disappointing bass selection in guitar shops. So I think it's all going to be online soon, I think, which is disappointing because I want to be able to play it before I buy it. So enough moaning about me. So hope you have a nice week. Remember to like and subscribe, and catch you later. Carry on.